President Trump will announce his nominee to the Supreme Court tonight in a primetime speech. He has reportedly narrowed a list of 25 candidates to a list of just 4 possible contenders. With more on this, we head over to our Samantha-Jo Roth in Washington with more on this and a big night, Samantha-Jo, for the president tonight.
Well, Rocco, yeah, we know the president's list was at 4. That was of yesterday afternoon when the president returned to Washington from his Bedminster golf course in New Jersey. Now, the president appeared to enjoy teasing the reporters about the subtle escalation of all of this. Take a listen to what he had to say.
I'm getting very close to making a final decision.
Not yet.
And I believe this person will do a great job, but I'm very close to making a decision. Have not made it official yet, obviously. Have not made it final, but we're very close to making a decision.
Well, the president's choice really could tip the balance of the high court for generations to come. So who exactly are these top 4 contenders? These 4 judges are named by, being considered by President Trump, Judge Amy Coney Barrett, Brett Kavanaugh, Raymond Kethledge, and Thomas Hardiman. Now, Judge Brett Kavanaugh has been on the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals since 2006 and was a former law clerk to Justice Kennedy. Now, critics of Kavanaugh suggest he's been part of the establishment for too long. He helped investigate President Bill Clinton, and then he served as a close aide to President George W. Bush. Now, Judge Raymond Kethledge of the 6th Circuit is also a top contender. The 51-year-old is from Michigan. He's seen as supporting originalism. That's interpreting the Constitution along the lines of its meaning at the time it was written. Now, Judge Amy Coney Barrett is a devout Catholic and a favorite among conservatives who think her faith could influence her views on abortion. Now, Barrett is 46 years old and a mother of 7. She has been on the federal bench for a year now. President Trump appointed her. Now, rounding out the top 4, Thomas Hardiman, who is a federal appeals judge for Pennsylvania. He was the runner-up last time around when Neil Gorsuch was eventually chosen. And, he has a pretty interesting story. The president likes it. He was, the first member of his family to graduate from college. He drove a taxi for a while, and he was recommended by President Trump's sister, who happens to be a federal judge in Philadelphia. Now, the president is set to make this announcement in prime time at 9 p.m. Eastern. And this is now the 2nd time the president has been able to nominate a Supreme Court justice in the last 18 months. Rocco.
And Samantha-Jo, any one of those possible nominees could tip the balance of the court to become more conservative, but some of those more conservative than others on that list.
Well, absolutely. And, this is the really interesting thing about this nomination is it really could change the makeup of this court for the years to come. When we had, Justice Antonin Scalia, the president replaced Scalia with another conservative. But this choice will be very different. It'll be, possibly somebody who's a little bit more conservative than Justice Anthony Kennedy. And obviously, this is something that we will continue to track for you. Sending it back to you, Rocco.
Samantha-Jo, thank you. We'll be watching on New York 1. We'll take the president's speech.